Off I go. So, hey, listen, I haven't posted a video in a couple of days, and I want to tell you why. I like for my videos to be kind of motivational, not necessarily motivational, but inspirational. And I haven't felt very inspired the past few days. I don't know why. I'm kind of in a funk. You know, just can't really put my finger on it. I got a few things going on in my life, and they're kind of dragging me down, and I just haven't felt very inspired. So I felt, I guess the word would be, I felt like it would be hypocritical to do the kind of video that I normally do, some sort of an inspirational video talking about how to handle certain problems when I'm not really handling them very well. So I didn't want to be a hypocrite. I didn't want to post a video. But then I had another thought, and this is the thought I had. Instead of not posting a quote-unquote inspirational video because I'm not feeling very inspired, I had another thought. Really, this is the perfect time to post the kind of video that I like to post. You see, everybody goes through this. And when I'm inspired, when I'm feeling good, it's very easy to talk about how to do it. It's a little bit more difficult to talk about it when you're not feeling so good, you're not feeling so inspired, you have things, excuse me, you have things weighing you down, burdens. Well, it's a little bit harder to talk about being inspired then, isn't it? So I deduced from that this is the perfect time. This is the perfect time to talk about, or really not necessarily talk about, show you what I do. What do I do when I'm feeling uninspired? I'm not happy. I'm not on top of the world. What do I do? So what do I do? This is what I do. And not necessarily running per se. It's just, it's really rainy out and it's super wet and I really don't want to take my bike out. But what I do is I keep doing what I know makes me happy. And I'll be perfectly honest with you. Right now, it doesn't feel like anything's going to make me happy. I've talked about it before. Of course, in the past when I talked about it, I was actually feeling good. Now I'm not. But I've talked about it in the past. People who are unhappy, God, do you remember I've told you how tight this thing is? This is why I couldn't put it on when I had a broken collarbone. I literally couldn't get it over my foot. But anyway, I've talked about it before. When people are unhappy, like I am right now, they love nothing more than wallowing in their unhappiness. And I'm no exception. Been doing it all morning. I mean, it's 2:45, and I'm just now getting out and around the house. Or excuse me, I should say, getting out and around and getting out of the house. So, what have I been doing all morning? Pretty much what I talk to you guys about and try to tell you not to do. I've been sitting around wallowing in the mire of my depression. So, I decided to make a change. I don't really want to do this. I really don't. This doesn't even feel right to me. But I know in my mind that this is right. When I'm feeling better, when I'm up, when I'm in a good mood, this is what I love to do. So, even though I don't love it right now, I know that in my more reasonable, rational state, this is what I do. This is the kind of things I love to do. So, I'm literally forcing myself to do what I know I love. Just because I don't love it right now. Right now, all I want to do is sit inside. It's rainy out. It's dark. I just want to sit inside and be depressed. So, I am kind of forcing myself to do what I know makes me happy, even though at this particular moment in time it's not making me happy. But I'm banking that if I get outside of my mind that's telling me, no, that's not going to make you happy, sit inside, be uncomfortable, be depressed, if I get outside of that and force myself to do what I know makes me happy, I'm banking that it's going to help. I don't know if it's going to put me back in great spirits or not, but I know it's good for me, and I know that this is what I do. When I'm myself, when I'm feeling like me, this is what I do. So right now I'm not feeling like me. So I guess, as counterintuitive as it sounds, right now when I don't feel like myself, I'm going to do what myself would ordinarily do. I guess I'm going through the motions. So that's kind of why I wanted to shoot this video, at least this part of it. It's very easy to shoot an inspirational video when you're feeling inspired. Can you do what inspires you when you're not feeling inspired? Can you still show up and put in the work? You want to hear something funny? Oh, let me get this door. I actually got so involved in talking to you guys, I put my calf sleeve on the wrong foot. Or I should say on the wrong leg. I had to stop, take my shoes and socks off, and switch it over to the leg that's actually hurt. Remarkable. Okay, so I'm about halfway through this, and two things. Number one, is it making me feel better? I don't know. I'm not really sure yet. Number two, my calf is certainly still injured. Absolutely, there's no doubt about it. I'm a little disturbed by that. Keep running. All right, guys, that's it. The run is over. So, you hear that? Quentin the dog's going bananas in there. Anyway, I'm still a little on the fence about whether or not it made me feel better. I don't know. I mean, I'm still down, still a little depressed, but I'm depressed with a 3 1/4 mile run under my belt. Okay, so I'm proud of that. All right, and I guess maybe feeling proud about something, well, I guess that does make you feel better. But I want to leave you with two things, okay? Did you listen to him? He's going nuts in there. I want to leave you with two things. Number one, if you're one of the 2 people that have been following my YouTube channel, then you've undoubtedly heard me say this. Whatever there may be of progress comes not through adaptation, rather, it comes through obeying the blind urge. All right? And if this was anything, if this run was anything today, that is what it was, in a nutshell. I didn't want to run. I'm a little injured. Not terribly, but my calf, my Achilles tendon, rather, is bugging me. I'm not in a good mood. I'm not in great shape. I've got a running injury, and I'm just kind of feeling under the weather. Suffice it to say, I did not want to do this, but I still felt the urge, all right? For those of you who don't understand me, I can understand where that would sound almost masochistic, I should say. You didn't feel like it, you're injured. Yeah, just a list of other things. Why would you go out and torture yourself this way? That's masochistic, and that's not true. I was following the blind urge. No, my mind
was telling me you're too depressed, you're too under the weather, you're too injured, it might rain, just a list of things. And you know what I'm talking about. Your brain does this to you. Every time you get it in your head to do something good, the list, right? I'm gonna go to the gym. Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, you have to grab your purse, find your keys, walk out the door, unlock the car, get in, put it in reverse, back out of the driveway. Then you have to put it all the way back into drive, right? You start chunking, all right? You break down one action, going to the gym, into 50 actions that seem inconceivable to overcome. Well, that's what my brain was doing to me. You're too tired, you're too injured, you're too depressed, it's too wet, there's too much rain. Bullshit. I want to go run. One simple action, not 50 chunks that make it inconceivable, or insurmountable, I should say. Okay, so it wasn't masochistic, it was logical. I took all them tiny parts that were stopping me, squished them back into what it was. One event, one thing, run. I can do one thing. I may not be able to bring myself to do 40, but I can certainly do one. So I took that list of 40 items, it's too far, you're too tired, you're too injured, made it one thing. I can do one thing. I can always find it in me to do one thing, all right? Number two, let me throw another quote at you. It's by a guy named Tom Bilyeu, and it's a guy I follow on Facebook. Who he is, he's actually the co-founder of Quest Nutrition, okay? But he's kind of morphed into like a quasi-motivational, you know, inspirational life coach type of thing. He's got a channel, it's called Impact Theory. It's on YouTube. Check it out, I think you might like it. But anyway, this is what he said. He's going nuts. Absolutely. He said, it's not okay to ask very little of yourself and demand great rewards. That's not okay, right? I demand a lot from myself. I can't just give a little. I can't just put in a little bit, a little sprinkle on Monday, maybe a little something else on Wednesday. I ask a lot of myself. It's not okay to demand great things like that, yet offer very little to the cause. So that's it. This was not a masochistic run, all right? This was me following the blind urge. This is doing what's necessary to meet the demands I place on myself. That's it, guys. Michael, Resolve Life Training. Until next time.